everybody on the internet. This is Monday, the 18th of April, 2016. I'm Dakian, and I'm welcoming you to my weekly vlog about my miniature painting. And you're looking at all the stuff that's been completed since last week. It's not a lot, as I've been busy doing other stuff that is productive in its own way, but few miniatures have been painted. So let's look a bit closer. Here is one of the crocodiles, and I've completed both of the crocs, and I've realized looking at them once they're finished that I needn't have worried about the water effect. You will recall that I mentioned that I first painted a sort of a bright blue and then I dirtied it down a bit. But you know, if there had been some clear blue peeking through these cracks, I mean not cracks, but the gaps where the crocodiles aren't covering, that would not have been horrible. I mean, that would have worked pretty well actually. So next time I will not dirty the water down. I'll keep it clear, I think. But you know, the crocodiles were simplistic. I finished this one rather quickly. Let's see if is it in focus here? No. There we go. We can see the lady in the red dress. Now I'm pretty happy with it. The dress itself turned out darker, more of a blood red than I was actually going for. I was going to go for a bright red, but the thing is, my reds and oranges and yellows are really finicky to work with. The paints, I mean, they did not go where I wanted to, and highlighting the very fine creases in this sculpt was a pain, and it didn't work well. So I needed to shade it. I needed to do a dark wash to bring everything together, and that toned everything down a little bit. But it's still okay. It's fine. This guy is actually the thing I did this week that I'm happiest with. I really like how he turned out. He, the blue of the skin is perhaps a little darker than I was originally going for. I was thinking I was going to bring it from an icy blue up to white, and now it's kind of from a darker blue to an icy blue. But yeah, I kind of like it this way. And the only thing I'm a little unsure of, maybe I should have gone on it with a bigger base. This is a 40mm base. I tend to go with the smallest base I can get away with for most models. This guy is barely standing on this base. Perhaps a 50mm would have given him some more breathing room. I don't know. But you know, it's fine this way. And yeah, well, so far so good. Now for the work in progress, the models I've shown you before. The only thing I'm going to show you today is this dark wizard. He looks pretty much complete, doesn't he? Well, the sword is still just base coated in gray. The sword blade needs to be NMM, and the NMM for this sword is going to be pretty complex to paint. I suppose I could have done it by now, but I really want to have a stretch of uninterrupted time where I can focus and really do it well. I don't want to do anything half-assed with it. But the rest of the guy is complete. I'm not sure if it comes across. I was a bit unhappy with how just greenish white his skin looked, so I tried going in with some very subtle shading to put some color in his cheeks, so to speak. A little bit of red or dark skin tone. I'm not sure if it shows up on camera, but oh well. and everything else is done on him. As I said, the other stuff, the two Malifaux miniatures I'm working on, and those animals, the two gorillas and the 4 big cats, nothing noticeable has been done on any of them, so I'm gonna skip showing them to you this week and just go straight on to new business. New stuff on my table is mostly these spiders. Now for these 2 Reaper spiders, there was no assembly required. I simply cleaned them up. They took some cleaning. The legs were Mold Line City. Took a lot of filing and scraping. But I finally, managed to get them looking reasonable. Now these bases, I believe a 50mm basis, and they are perfect size for the spiders. So I'm going to be doing something scenic with these. Probably using one of my basing stamps. I'm thinking a forest base would be good. Memories of Mirkwood. And then finally we have the Heresy spider, which is freaking huge. I've glued on all the legs and mandibles, which took some time. I had to do it one leg at a time. There was no way I could hold 2 legs in place at one time while the glue set. The odd thing about the kit was I have these pieces left over. It's more mandibles. And there's no place to glue on any more mandibles than these 2. And if you look at the pictures on the website, it only has 2 mandibles, and the contents listed for the kit are 1 body, 8 legs, 2 mandibles. So I guess these are just bonus pieces. They'll go in my bits box. Now for basing, this guy is huge. He will not fit on a 50mm base. He will not fit on a 60mm base. I have this. This is an oval base, which is 80mm this way and 120mm this way. And originally I was thinking it would stand like that. That covers up the entire base perfectly. But then I was thinking I could position it like this, lengthwise, and it will fit that way as well. That will leave more empty space, so to speak, in front and behind of him, where I can do some scenic work. Some more scenic work, I mean, perhaps. And also, this looks more active. This is more like a gaming piece, while this way it looks more like a display piece. I'm not sure which way I want to go. What do you think? Give me a comment and see which way you think the spider should be turned. The ginormous spider, that is. So not a lot of interesting stuff has shown up in my mailbox this week. I picked up this little booklet, which is a game. It's a miniatures game. What the heck does the name mean, you might wonder? Golden Bly? What the heck is that? It's Swedish. It means golden lead. It is a Western Wild West skirmish game. It's based on a role-playing game, also Swedish, which is now in its 4th edition, which I don't actually play, but it's very popular among some people. And this seems to be a stripped-down version of the role-playing game's combat rules. I haven't had a chance to look at it much yet, but it's nicely illustrated, full color. It has, this is what the stat card for a model looks like. And it has some interesting things it carries over from the role-playing game, specifically how you allocate hits. Let's see if we can find the table. Here. When you hit somebody, you roll dice to see exactly where on the body the hit lands, which is a level of detail I find amusing. I'm not sure it's very playable, but oh well. People have been playing this game for a bunch of years, and they seem to like it, so possibly it works. Anyway, what else is going on? I'm actually mostly in gaming. Currently, I'm playing in a Shifting Loyalties campaign for Malifaux that some local people have organized, and I'm having fun with that. Learning new things, and you know, learning how to play in a campaign like that as opposed to just a normal game. Until next week, I think I'm not going to introduce a lot of new stuff on my workbench that you haven't seen before. Specifically, nothing. I mean, those spiders I started working on now, I showed you those in their boxes last week. I have not shown you anything in boxes this week, or Ziplocs or whatever. I'm not starting any new projects during the coming week. I'm just going to try to finish up as much as possible of what I have started, and also get some of that scenery done that I started months ago and has just been standing still since then, and also get working on the Verthandi project some more, so I can start making videos about that as well. So those are the plans. We'll see what happens during the week to come. Have a good one. I'm Doc Eon, and I'm signing off.